Good morning. Well, hello, hello, and happy Monday, everyone. And happy birthday to a special P this morning. Let's all get in here so we can say happy birthday to her. So, who wants to be the first one in? You'll win the booby prize. I don't know what it is, but anyway, get in here and bring somebody with you. I was just sharing it out, and so when you come in, please do the same thing. Just send it to somebody and say, we want to see you this morning. So let's get everybody on board. Okay, I think I'm done sharing it now. Oh, Catherine, I'm so happy you're here. Yes, you win. You are number one. And I'm so happy that you're here this morning. You're in my heart and in my prayers, my dear. Good morning, sweet Deirdre, and I know you shared it. Thank you for doing so. So let's get our family together. I've already got the candle lit so we can sing to our Auntie Jean when she shows up. Michelle Landers, good morning, good morning. All right, let's start out the way we always do, with the heart brain, of course. So going into our heart, we touch the heart center, because that brings the focus there. And then we just slow everything down. Slow down the breath, slow down all of those distractions that are happening around you. And just add the love. Feel it with each person that's coming in. Feel more and more love building in the room. See it there with you. See spirit surrounding you, holding you, wanting only the best experience for you. Just love. Just be. And take another breath in, breathe in love, and breathe out love. Breathe in joy, and breathe out joy. Breathe in peace, and send that out when you do the out breath. Send that peace energy all over the world for everyone to get on board and experience it. And with that really, really good feeling in your heart now, just shake off anything else. Anything that you don't need, that you don't want. Any of those emotions that try to pull you down into the 3D experience. Just shake them off. Shake, shake, shake. We're going to do some energy movement today because it's a special day. It's Auntie Jean's birthday. I don't see the birthday girl yet, but I know she'll be here. Josie, good morning, sweet one. Jennifer Langren, the Florida peeps showing up. Good morning, good morning. All right, well, let me put the chat up because I forgot to do that. And that way we'll know when Auntie Jean arrives. So I'm going to go ahead and read the angel message from last night. And boy, yeah, they were powerful. Who is responsible? Uh-oh. Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. And good morning, Barbara Buchanan. I don't do readings on here, darling. This is our morning show where we come in and check in and love on each other. So welcome. Welcome to the Pea Pod, which is where we all are fed by the same source. All right, so this message for everyone the angels brought in last night. There have been many things in my life that I would like to point a finger and hold someone else or something else responsible. Things like my older brother threatening to toss me in the river when I was a little girl, and then experiencing a major flood. Both of those led to my fear of drowning. Both happened and elicited fear, which I associated with water. It was, however, my response which kept the fear alive. Later in life, I came to love being around water and lived near the ocean most of my life. Do I still fear it? I think I respect it and what it has the potential to do, and that is the difference now compared to when I was a child. As spiritual beings, we experience growth the same way. We may have an understanding of something being one way, and then as we mature, we have better insight. We can step away from our earlier concepts and see more clearly. Dear angels, wouldn't it be great if we were born knowing who we are spiritually and all our superpowers, and we retained them as we grew in our human experiences? I guess that is one of the great mysteries of being a human. Dear ones, you knew before you were born that you were going to experience challenges that would add to your spiritual growth and understanding. You can point a finger at a higher being and do the blame game and make yourself out to be a victim, or you can take a deeper dive into purpose. How you respond to anything is your superpower. We do not feel fear as you humans do. Therefore, we can only respond to what we observe as you go through it. We are always cheering you on to awaken to your strength through your challenges and struggles. We stand beside you, sometimes surrounding you through the deeper lessons and whispering words of encouragement, hoping that you will remember your magnificence. We celebrate each time you overcome your fear. Feel our warm embrace as we lift you higher. Listen to our whispers when the challenge gets overwhelming. We have faith in you. Have faith in who you are as spirit. There is no mountain too high for you to climb. Dear angels, today I promise to listen to your encouragement in my life and know I can face any challenge. You know what came to mind was the song, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Did y'all know that song? That's what I heard when they gave me this message. And I'm like, yeah, I never saw it in a spiritual way, but I do now. I see that there really is no mountain that's too high. There's no valley too low. There's no river too wide to keep me from God's love and from being the spiritual powerhouse that I know I came here to be. We all did. We didn't come here to be wimps. We didn't come here to be victims and to point a finger at something else and blame it for what's going on with us. No, we came here to be magnificent, and we are. Deirdre, you're grateful you finally got to see Elvis. Well, I'm grateful you did too. Yes, it is streaming now, and I haven't watched it on the streaming places. I saw it in the movies and loved it. I've actually seen it a couple of times. I think it was very well done. Sally and Tony, good morning, good morning. Thank you for sharing and thank you for being here. Oh, Leo in the house. Hello, hello. And we're very glad that you're here this morning, Leo. Thank you for coming in to see us. And please keep sharing because we don't have a lot of our P's here yet, especially the birthday girl. Where is she? Somebody yell out to her and tell her we want her front and center so we can sing to her and love on her. All right, so what does Kuan Yin have to say about all of this discussion about fears? What was your greatest fear as a child? And maybe you still have some of that going on. If you choose to share, just share with us. What were you thinking that maybe it was so big in your life and something that you weren't sure that you could overcome, and maybe you did. Good morning, sweet Brookie. So what kind of fears did we have going on in childhood? I shared mine. Yeah, my brothers, especially my brother that was closest to me in age, we would walk to church on Sunday morning, and we had to walk along the riverbank because we grew up right beside the river. I was born beside a river in the house, and he would always threaten to throw me in the river. And I was so tiny, and I was really afraid that he would do it. And so yeah, it was an irrational fear because I knew if he did, he'd get beat to death. But anyway, that just really started, I think, that fear of water. And then things that happened, like, the flood. We had a huge, major flood that happened in the area I grew up in Kentucky. And then later on, had another incident where I was thrown into the ocean when they thought I could swim, and I couldn't, and I almost drowned there. So yeah, there's always been that energy of fear with water until, like I said, as I grew older, I came to respect it more so than fear it. So Brookie, thank you for being here. Spiders and aliens. Ooh. Okay, and your brother. Yeah, I think brothers. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's share some love with them, even though they might have been mean to us as kids. Thank you, Deirdre, for sharing the 10 million for world peace link. And Sally says, living in others' shadows was always my greatest fear. Wow. Yeah, that's a biggie. It's a biggie. And I was thinking also about bullying as a child. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's really tough. And I grew up with a big family, had lots of brothers and sisters. So bullying sometimes happened in school if one of my siblings got into trouble or was, one of the mean kids at school, then I was always given a hard time because of that. Let's see, what else? What are some of your fears that you had as a child, and have you overcome them? Good morning, Hope. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I'm so glad you're here. Josie became a better parent than mine. Yeah. Fire was another one. I was never really afraid of fire. I don't understand that, but it wasn't a fear of mine. I guess because I never had anything that happened where I would fear it. We didn't have the wildfires like they do out north or out west. And yeah, fire was our means of heat. In the wintertime, we had the stoves and the fireplace, and I loved sitting by the fireplace. I loved looking at a burning fire and just getting lost in it. So I never developed that fear until later in life. I didn't really fear it as much as I said. I respect the elements now, and I know their potential, and I know that we make decisions of whether we're going to be afraid or whether we're going to actually respect them. Michelle Landers, my brother would tell me that there were monsters in my closet and under my bed and only came out when I was sleeping. Oh, what a little stinker. I know your brother. So, yeah, I'm sure he was one of those that would tease you unmercifully because, Michelle, you're so lovable and just wouldn't hurt anything, and so that would be an easy target, right? Let's just make Michelle fear something. Well, I'm glad that you know about monsters now, right? Deirdre says, yeah, at my aunt's house, who had a built-in pool, my friend pulled the raft out from under me at the 8-foot line. I can't swim to this day because of it. I had a really hard time learning how to swim, Deirdre, and I only learned when I was an adult because I took a mother-child class at the YMCA because I didn't want my daughter to have the same fear that I did. And we did have a swimming pool, believe it or not. It was all my fear of it. And I wanted her to be able to know how to do that. So that's the only reason that I learned how to swim, because I wanted to protect her. Pat Moss, good afternoon. And Sally says, oh yes, I was bullied a lot until my teen years. Yeah, I think a lot of us that have awakened went through some similar experiences. Shiraz, good morning, and how is everybody in your family? I hope all is going well for you. Leo, I was afraid of the voices in my head as a child, but now I learned how to talk to them. They're my friends now. I'm so glad. I am so super glad that you learned to work with them and to acknowledge the spirit beings that have been guiding you your entire life. Brookie, the fear of embarrassment. Yeah, that's a biggie, isn't it? Especially when we get up into the teenage years, you know, and not wanting to look bad in front of our friends. Sally, I saw my sister set herself on fire at least 3 times, and I was good staying away from it. Yeah, that would do it. Brookie, you're over it for the most part. Awesome. Good morning, sweet Annie and Grayson. Hello. I was so thrilled to be able to see Annie and Grayson this weekend. Good to see you on here this morning. And Shiraz, you're very afraid of water too. Yeah, like I said, I've come to really understand it more and to respect it. So I don't swim in the ocean. I don't swim in lakes. I will swim in the swimming pool, but that's it. And otherwise, I just respect the potential that water has to do damage. I know, let's call in our Auntie Jean. Somebody wake that woman up, because it is her birthday today, and she's going away to the mountains. I'm not sure what time she's leaving today, but she won't be with us for a few days, I don't think, because of her vacation time. But I was hoping she'd come in this morning so we could all love on her and let her know how special she is to us. Hope, my fear was always a fear of abandonment. Kept having a reoccurring dream that I'd get home and no one would be there. I would not go on school trips that involved sleeping overnight. Didn't grow out of it until I was about 16. Oh, sweetie. Well, you'll never be abandoned by us, my dear. We're always here for you and for sweet Zena, and I hope you're both doing well. Sally says, what a great topic. I have a lot of fears to deal with. Well, you know, I am offering a free workshop coming up October 14th. It will happen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern time. And Hope, I think that's like 7 o'clock at night for you in the UK. And we will work with our fears. We will work with our emotions. It's called emotional empowerment. And you can sign up. You can go to Angel Speakers, Teri Angel. You can sign up there. I think I put it on my website. I'll double check that. But there's a form that you have to fill out to come to the class, and it's just telling me that you're wanting to be there and what day you're wanting to be there. It's the same workshop on 2 different days. And that's what we're going to deal with, empowering ourselves through our emotions. You woke up late this morning, Annie, and he's ready for the bus. Well, Grayson, I hope you have a wonderful day at school and enjoy that day. Put a smile on your face. Okay, Annie, she will enjoy it so much. Well, I know, but we got to get her in here. I haven't seen her come in yet. And Shiraz tried very hard to learn how to swim and couldn't. Then much later in life in Goya, got caught in high tide when wading. After that, never again. Yeah, there's just something about the ocean. I do respect it and honor it, but I don't choose to put my body in it. That's just me. I know there are people who love to get out in the ocean, and I admire them, and I admire the surfers. I love to watch surfing. It's not something that's for me this lifetime, but I do enjoy watching. Good morning, Kathleen Caputo. We're talking about our fears, our childhood fears, and did we overcome? Did we learn how to adapt to them and live with a respect for things now instead of maybe so much shaken in our boots fear? And Shiraz, could you share that link? I certainly can. Good morning, Carrie. Oh my gosh, Carrie, it's getting closer and closer to time for me to be in Tennessee. I should be leaving here in 2 days from New Orleans, headed toward Tennessee, and I cannot wait for a Carrie hug. That is going to be so amazing to be able to spend time with you again. So let me see if I can grab that Jotform link. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can get it. I'll put it right in the comments. And that way, any of you who want to go ahead and sign up for the class, you can do so. And I'm going to get this Kuan Yin card out of here. Kept shuffling and shuffling, but I never actually grabbed one. Now here we go. All right, so here is the link. And I'll put it right in the comments. All you have to do is click on it. There you go. All right. I know, Carrie, I can't wait to spend time with you and do some girl time and some catching up time. And if we want to do something while I'm there, like maybe some aura photos or angel circle or something fun, just let me know and we'll try to set that up. All right. Kuan Yin says, look for my signs. I have been speaking to you through signs in the world and filling in your heart. Can you hear my reassuring voice? When you ask me for a sign, I give it. Notice what is happening in the world around you. Take comfort and believe. Indeed, they're always, our spirit guides, our angels, they're always giving signs. And that's what they were saying in the message last night. They're always there when we're going through one of those challenges that can be a little frightening if we're not fully aware of things. They're always there. They're lifting us up. They're helping us through those times when we might start shaking a little bit and the knees start knocking. They're always right there. They're lifting us up. Hope. Happy solar return, great Auntie Jean Loriot. Have a wonder-filled vacation. Love, hugs, and kisses coming your way. Oh, absolutely, Deirdre. That class is going to be so much fun. You're not going to want to miss it. we'll have a lot of experience to share with each other and work with each other in one-on-one groups and small groups. It's a 2-hour class. And I have it power-packed with things for you. You'll learn something. So, yeah, come on in. Let's do this. Let's have fun together. So, cheers to everyone and to our sweet Auntie Jean, who is not here as far as I know. She may be listening in. She might be doing a sneak trick this morning and just listening instead of in here participating. So, let's just take a moment and wish that woman a happy birthday today. What do you say? Everybody want to do that? Just wish our sweet Jean, our beautiful wisdom keeper and guru, mountaintop guru, Let's wish her a very, very happy birthday. I'll be calling her later on today and see how she's doing. And I'll tell her to check the messages from the morning show since she didn't show up for us. We'll show up for her. So thank you all for wishing her well on her birthday. All right, let's do, I was going to say let's do a tiny book message, but there it is. It was hiding. So we'll do a tiny book message if somebody wants to pick a page. Somebody pick a page for Jean since she's not here. We'll do that. I love that, Leo. No sneak tricks. Kathy Hand, fear of trying new things and not being athletic or good enough, plus fear of change. That's a great one, Kathy Hand. Yeah, I went through that. You know, fear, especially the fear of not being good enough. That's a biggie. And, you know, when you have that insecurity, then you kind of hold back and shrink back and play small. Carrie, I have a fear of success. Like if I attain it, can I sustain it? Yeah, that's another big one. Kathleen, I think that was for chanting. I thought she was going to come in this morning. I could be wrong. But anyway, we can all shower love on her. And I'll just tell her to go look at the comments from today's show. Page 3, Michelle Landers says, for our Auntie Jean. And anybody else who wants to take this message. Michelle Landers, you are so intuitive. Listen to this message, you guys, which plays right into what we have been discussing this morning. In finding your way through the murk and mud and allowing yourself to grow through the experience, you release the power of being held back due to fear. All righty. Well, there you go. You know, it's amazing sometimes how things just fall into place, isn't it? When we allow, when we open up and we see the signs or we hear a message from several different places. I always heard if you hear something from one or more source, pay close attention because it's trying to tell us something. So this message couldn't be more perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle, for picking page number 3. And we also have Hope picking page 9, so let's see what that is. Oh, Deirdre, thank you. Thank you for calling in our Ricky Rick. I know he's been here, but thank you for acknowledging him and wishing Auntie Jean a happy birthday. And, oh, Jean did say she wouldn't be here this morning. Okay, well, we'll just love on her anyway, right? That was so perfect, Michelle. Thank you. Okay, page 9 is what our Hope says. Dear ones, does it change what is in your now moment if you go into blame, shame, and guilt? We know this is not an easy lesson for you. We know that you try to make it make sense, and sometimes it just doesn't. But I want to read the one after that. I love that one. But listen to this one. When you give in to fear, you go into a dark place where things look their worst, and you get caught up in this vicious cycle of worry, anxiety, and fear, creating in your mind the worst possible outcome where there is no hope. Is that what you desire? Hopelessness and helplessness take you into victimhood. You are not a victim unless you allow your power to be taken away. Wow, both of those address the issue that we're talking about, which is being afraid of something. Sometimes there are irrational fears, like the monster under the bed. We might believe in monsters and that there really is something there. When we're younger, right, we might believe in ghosts. And I think the movie and the song Ghostbusters helped a lot of us to to really say, okay, what is that? Maybe I was afraid of ghosts as a child. I was in a family where everybody else would pull the blankets over their head if there was a spirit being in the house, and I was the one sitting up welcoming it, saying, "Oh, who are you?" and what happened to you? So some of those fears, like I said, if we step away, if we just hit the pause button and we step back and we say, what is that fear? What is it that is creating this feeling inside of me? And then look at it and say, is that something to be afraid of? And maybe it's just something to respect as opposed to an outright fear. And learning how to respond in different situations, such as an embarrassing situation. Somebody mentioned that earlier, the fear of being embarrassed. And I know for me, I used humor a lot to cover up the embarrassment. I still do. I think a lot of us do that. You know, we want to make light of it instead of saying, oh, that really hurt me. You know, now I've learned how to speak up and say, you know, that wasn't very nice, or, you know, say it in a loving way. But it used to be just, you know, shake it off with laughter and just make light of the situation. Laugh at yourself. I've really come to be able to laugh at myself all the time now because, you know, this life is too short to take things so seriously, and realizing that we have no control over what anybody else says or does. So the only person I have control over is myself and how I respond to any given situation. And that's the case with all of us. We can look at those responses and come from that really deep confidence level in who we are as spirit beings. Life is so different. Okay, so I think those messages were all so wonderful for us all today. And if you choose to come to the workshop on one of the 2 days it's being offered this month, we'll talk about this more deeper and really see if we can make some insights and make some headway into looking at fears and looking at anger and those emotions that tend to run rampant sometimes, where we think that we can't do anything about it, but we can. We can. We always have choices. It's our superpower. And I love being a superwoman. All right, so this brings us to our prayer time. What you got? Let's lift up our Catherine DeSanti. Catherine just went through a really hairy experience, and she's still in the hospital. So let's please lift up Catherine this morning, and all of us get behind wishing her the best health possible and the best possible outcome for what's going on with her. And wishing our Auntie Jean travel prayers and a wonderful birthday experience today as she heads to the mountains. And she's going to where we did the land blessing in New Mexico. So she's going to try to find that spot where we did the land blessing, and good luck to that, because it's kind of hard to find. We walked way back into this area where we were and did the land blessing there, but I think the angels will guide her right to it. Speaking of land blessings, Sweet Annie and I did a land blessing in Louisiana on Saturday, and we asked for the angels to bless that land there and all who live in that area. It was It was filmed. We do have it, so I haven't put it on YouTube yet, but I will. I'll get that up for us all to see, and let us all get behind wishing Louisiana peace in the area. And Deirdre, you just filled out the jot form. Yay! That's a big yay. I'm so glad you're going to be there. And you can come to one or both. There's no limit. It's going to be a different experience with each workshop because there'll be different people there. Kathleen, my fear today is going to the doctor for my routine checkup and telling the doc I didn't take the meds he prescribed last time I saw him. I knew I didn't need it. He gets so annoyed at me when I do that. I feel like a kid who didn't complete an assignment. I understand that, Kathleen. I also understand we have to honor our bodies. And for me, just me personally, I'm not saying this for anybody else, my body does not like pharmaceutical medication. And I actually have said that to doctors. I said it to the last doctor I saw and got the shaking of the head and the pointing of the finger. And I stood my ground. And I'm like, no, I choose to listen to spirit these days. I choose to listen to what my body is telling me. So Kathleen, we're with you, honey. Stand firm, and just see. For me, it was seeing the test results, and they were amazing. So doctors don't know everything. It's just what the statement I will make, but we do have to honor and respect them also when there is something wrong. And I'm thankful that we have them in our life, especially when we have someone going through a really bad physical experience. Thank you, Deirdre, sending Catherine love, light, healing, and hugs. And thank you for our morning prayer, Deirdre. Prayers for all humans, no exclusions. For Mama Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace and attention to human trafficking through our new project of Save Someone's Child. Carrie, my friend Don Lindy, he was clinically dead for 20 minutes. He has a long recovery ahead, but he hasn't lost any brain function that they can tell. He is a miracle. Well, we're wishing him all the best and lifting him up, and thank you for bringing that to us so we can have him in our prayers and in our grids. Erica, good morning. Oh, we love you too, Erica. I hope you had a wonderful getaway at a spiritual retreat this weekend. Deirdre, I don't even go to the doctors anymore. I heal myself. Yeah, unfortunately, I do go because I want to keep my insurance in case something happens. Then I have insurance coverage because I know what it's like to be without it. And they require an annual exam, which I didn't have a good experience with when I went in Florida. I actually ended up firing my doctor. Anyway, let's get into our prayer time and meditation time. And let's do some release. If there's still some of what we discussed that's going on in your life, there's still some fears, there's still some anxieties, still some worries, let's take a minute to just look at that and say, how can I let it go? How can I move beyond it being a fear and turn it into more of an awareness and making it through anything that comes up for us? Sally, prayers for lifting today, ascending. And this one has me going inwards and addressing my fears, which is why this group was important this morning as well as this topic. Yeah, certainly is. All right, so let's do that. Wherever you're at, whatever's going on, just take a breath. When we pause, I always liken that to watching a movie. If you're watching something that's streaming, not in a movie theater because we can't hit the pause button there, but if you're watching something, there's a pause button, and you can just say, hold on a minute, I just need a minute here. So that's what we do when we take a pause. Just envision your life streaming full speed ahead, right? Every moment coming in is that now moment. So just pause. See the two lines like you would on a remote, and hit the pause. And then breathe. Breathe into your heart center. Feel that energy, that beautiful oxygen that we have to have. But more than that, see that energy going into your heart space. Feel its warmth. Feel the power. And then release. When you release, your body starts to relax. And we're going to do it again. We're going to breathe in and fill the lungs totally full of air. And dive back into that heart center. And when you go into the heart, see these different chambers that are there. See doors. There may be some doors that you've closed and nailed tight and said, don't ever open that door again. There may be some doors that are cracked open, hoping for them to be open and clear. And there may be doors that are wide open, where you've had experiences that were wonderful, and you want to keep that door open to have joyful, beautiful experiences in life. In this human life, we experience many different things. We experience the contrast, good, bad, up, down. So just look in your heart and see if there's that one door that you don't ever want to open. You don't want to experience anything that happened behind that door. You don't even want to remember it. And that's okay. You don't have to go into the experience. But what's necessary is clearing out the energy of it. So if you ever want to open that door, go in with love. Go in with the confidence in who you are, knowing that you are powerful. Remembering your magnificence, as the angels said. Whenever we look at a fear, whether rational or irrational, standing in our divine authority is essential. You are a child of God. You are a spark of the divine. You have everything that you need to live in this human existence. You knew before you came here that it was going to be a struggle. You knew before you incarnated that the challenges you face here on earth are what's going to make you stronger. It's what's going to have your spirit soaring, because you persevered, you overcame, you learned. And we're here to learn our lessons. We're here to learn that life can be joyful. And life is more than just having a human bodysuit. Life is eternal. And when we can learn that joy, our spirit just floats, soars, knows who it is, and knows the power behind it, which is our one source. We are all one. So looking at that door, if there is one, you may have all doors wide open, and that's beautiful, and I applaud you. But if there is a door that's kind of stuck shut, and you ever want to open it, Say, I am enough. I am enough. I am amazing. I am a powerful spirit being. I am not alone. I have all of divinity inside of me. And I can face anything. And whenever you're ready, you can go through that door. You can look at those fears for what they are. Just feel so much love right now surrounding all of us. I feel Archangel Michael standing tall, helping each one of us to hold our own sword. Not to go into battle, but to feel the strength of it, to know the power of spirit, to know that we are stronger than anything that can come up against us. Just feel the love right now. You don't have to feel fear, feel love. Love is the only thing that's real. So as you stand there, looking at yourself, just tell yourself how beautiful you are, how amazing, how there is nothing that can defeat you when you stand in your divine authority. And be authentic. If there's a fear, acknowledge it. Don't try to push it behind that door and shut it in, but open the door to it and say, thank you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for helping me understand more fully this lesson. And I release you with love. Always release with love. If we resist something, it will persist. But if we love it and release it, it transforms into positive energy. Take your time. Take your time here in this heart, in the heart space of love. And if you want to come back to this time together, you can just do the replay, or you can just sit in your own meditation time, remembering how magnificent you are, remembering that this is a place that's safe, where your family has your back, where we're never going to let you wander off alone to face those demons that may be there behind that door. You're always cared for here. When we say I love you, we mean I love you through everything you're going through everything that's a potential. We're there with you and for you. Let's turn our attention to the prayers. There are many that have expressed a need for prayer right now. So hold those in your heart, that beautiful love energy that's there. Let's just give it out to anyone who's struggling right now, anyone who's facing a fear or a challenge. Let's remember our sweet babies that Kathleen brings to our attention, those who are struggling just to live, just to take a breath. And let's remember the celebrations as we celebrate a special birthday girl today. We lift up our Auntie Jean and anyone else who's celebrating a win in your life, whether that's just taking another breath or it's climbing a mountain. Whatever it might look like for you, we celebrate with you. And we celebrate this family. The beautiful love that flows here is very unique. Acknowledge your part Give yourself a pat on the back for showing up for you and for others. So let's wrap our arms around each other right now. That's what we do. And let's do that in our way that we do every day with words of love. And I just want to add, if there's any of you who want to talk about your fears or anything that's keeping you a little tethered to the 3D, I'm always open to talk to you. I'm only a phone call away. So send me a text, let me know that you want to talk, and we'll carve out some time for that. And I really hope that you'll join us in that workshop that the angels have me put together, Emotional Empowerment, and the link is in the comments. So all you have to do is click on it, and you'll be a part of this wonderful discussion we're going to have together. All right, so we're going to share right now on 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here today, for being a part of this beautiful experience together. And Catherine Kovacs came in while we were doing the prayer. Good morning, Catherine. And Jennifer Langren. Anybody else come in? Lily Ann. Good morning, sweet one. Oh, here we go with our empowering words. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Michelle Landers. Let me see if Alexa will play Leo Harley, Cuppa Full of Joy. Maybe. Maybe not. Alexa, play Leo Harley, Cuppa Full of Joy.
Here's Cuppa Full of Joy by Leo Harley on Amazon Music.
Thank you all for being here.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready, because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go.
Come on, come on.
Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you wake up this morning, might as well be part of it. One it's for peace, another mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. Create a portal where we can be together. The hard telephone is always one phone call away. Calling all the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath and go into a new dimension. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, y'all. Full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, y'all. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of.
Yes, Lily, I see you.
Full of light, full of love, and fun. Let's refuse spilling out from the top here. The coffee's always hot, and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play a spoon on the show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. Full of love, take a spot, take everything started. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. There really is no secret. It's simply
Accept, align, allow. AAA, y'all.
Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Namaste, y'all.
Every day. Just start the day on the high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the
Woo, thank you, Leo. And thank you to everyone that was here today, sharing your love and your light. I love you so much. Alexa, stop. She wanted to keep you, Leo, and not let you go. All right, so I got to get out of here. Remember, today at 1:11, we will be doing a meditation. I'll be guiding it today. And if you want to come in a little early, come in at around 1 o'clock. We try to open it up and give you time to get in here and get settled and share it so that others can find it. And then we'll do a meditation on world peace today. So come join with us. Love you so much. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. I will see you later. And yes, Leo, Alexa is definitely a fan, and so are we. Love you all. Bye now. And happy birthday, Auntie Jean.